welcome to another exciting episode of Everything Digital on the Everything Digital channel. It's Everything Digital TV and wherever else you enjoy your TV, all right? Some of you are joining us from TVC and we're so excited for you to be joining us. My name is Faith History, and as always, thank you for joining us on today's Everything Digital show. This is a show that takes you deeper into your online journey right here in Nigeria. So we've got our list for today. So today it's about podcasting. You know, I run a podcast for Everything Digital, and that podcast is called Everything Digital Show. And that podcast, we beam it across different platforms on Anchor, Google Podcasts, like anywhere, iTunes. You can catch our podcast. Just go on Google Everything Digital with Faith History and you'll be able to find the show. Or you can look for eDigital Africa with Faith History. That too is the name of the podcast. It's kind of has two names, right? But what are you gonna do? Anyways, this is not about me. This is about you and how you can get to increase your podcast audience. So let's talk about growing your podcast audience. And I'm going to give you 5 straightforward steps. One is to know your niche, right? So you must have heard this one a lot when you're building a brand. Matter of fact, shameless plug, we have an ebook about, building your brand and how to just build your brand on Instagram. And part of what we offer on our website, edigitalafrica.com, is a know your niche, trying to find your niche workbook, right? It's like a worksheet really, where, you download it, you answer a few questions, and it helps you to define your audience. And you think, why do I need to know my audience? Because, my friends, once you know your audience, you will then know who you're creating, this content for, in this case, the podcast. So an easy way to find out your audience is by answering these 2 questions. Who are you? And what do you stand for? What does your content stand for? What do you want to focus on? Don't be all over the place, right? Know who you are and who you are creating content for. For example, we at Everything Digital Africa, eDigital Africa for short, we are a digital content company that seeks to educate, inform, and entertain Africa's smart set with digital skills and tools that they need for this new world that we're all in. So you can say that our niche is technology, information, innovation, and and marketing, digital marketing strategies. And we do this through so many of our different products. You're watching this video, you listen to our podcast, you check out our ebooks, our e-courses. So we spread this knowledge through all these different content and touch points, right? And so consistent quality content, which brings me to my number 2. You have to create consistent quality content. If you've been following us for a while now, you would have noticed that we have a pattern and our content is very specific and it is very consistent, right? You've been watching, sometimes, you'll watch the same thing over and over again, but that's because we're, again, being consistent. We don't just disappear and then you just don't hear from us for weeks. We're here every single time. You can catch us right here. If you're on YouTube, that's Everything Digital TV. If you're watching this on TVC Entertainment, that's Everything Digital TV. So you can catch us same place, same time every single week. That is consistency. I'm saying that to you too. When you're creating your podcast, you have to be consistent. Are you going to be releasing an episode every month, every 2 weeks, every week, every day? Whatever schedule you have, just be consistent with that. For us, we release new episodes weekly, and we're all about that digital life and innovation and what's hot and what people are creating using technology. And you would also find our podcast to be about digital skills and the future of work, So we may talk about this from different aspects of the economy. We may talk about it from different skill sets, different pieces of knowledge that you can use. And the message is always consistent. We want you to go digital. And the whole world is going digital. So you have no choice really at this point. It's like if you want to just stay in the Stone Ages and not go digital, you're going to be left behind. So you need to decide on, what kind of content you're going to create, again, for your niche and to be consistent. And then you need to then decide when you're going to publish. Again, if it's weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever works for you, just have a pattern that your listeners can follow easily. So many more insights like this that we share on our newsletter. And I keep telling you guys, it's so easy for you to just join into our email community. Later on the show, I'll share our WhatsApp community. All you have to do is just check the description box below. If you're watching this on TV, just go to edigitalafrica.com, and that is where you can easily sign up. And guess what? You're gonna get a free gift of our free ebook that helps you to build up. It's pro tips on building up your Instagram following and building up your influence on Instagram, and it's free. So give us your email address and we'll give you that book for free. 23 pages of goodness. Let's go to a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about some of the other things that you need to be doing.
See you tomorrow, Papa. I am happy and I know I'm free.
Now na time for meeting. Any landlord when no show go pay fine.
Make I go call her.
House number 1.
Present.
Papa, they don't stop me to you.
House number 5.
And they're angry that you're not here.
Just put me on the window there so that I can see them and I can hear them.
He's not around, so his house is sanctioned.
Present! I carry data for head, I carry them for back. Correct data when they pay me. Say I know they know me, say I know this yoga landlord. Talk to me face to face.
Explore without limits. Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
Driver, fire ahead.
Number 3 on my list of growing your podcast audience, right? Because you're a new podcaster and you're just thinking, how? It's only my mom that is listening, like how do I get other people listening? Well, use other channels, right? So some of these channels, you would think everything has to be digital. Well, sometimes, real life happens, right? Like in real life, IRL. So you meet new people, you network with them, and when you're networking, you know how to network, right? You do. I hope so. All right, so when you're meeting new people at an event, not that we're going to a lot of events now, but what, that's gonna start opening up. So when you go to meet new people, you got your face mask on or your shield or whatever, and you need to meet other other podcasters as well. So you need to go to events and network at the right events, right? So think about it. Again, back to the first point, your target audience, your niche. Who do you want listening to your podcast? Who are you creating that content for? You need to find them. You need to meet with them. You need to network around those types of people. You need to network around those types of events, whether you're giving a talk or you are just an attendee. And then when you meet with people, connect with them and find out that thing that pulls you guys together. Connect with people like on that level and just be like, oh, you two, you're into shoes or whatever it is, And then once you connect with them, then you're able to discuss like, oh, by the way, I have this podcast and we talk about shoes, wouldn't you like to follow and subscribe and listen? And they'll be like, yeah, for real? Yeah, we release every month or we release every week. Matter of fact, check it out. Here's an episode. You want to listen for 2 seconds? Network, show people what you are about, and share with them your content. Here's another way. So that's real life, right? And now you go digital. You can network on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Those are different ways to really push through digital marketing your platform, through all those platforms. You want to push your podcast platform and your podcast through all those. And then another one is, of course, social media. So that just basically covers your social media. So on your social media, you definitely want to do short little blurbs about your podcast, reminding people when your podcast is coming out. Just push. Don't ever stop talking about your podcast or pushing your podcast. Another one that I see a lot of people doing is like they push their podcast on WhatsApp. Yes, WhatsApp is social media. So you can push it on WhatsApp as well. Let your friends, your close circle know. Don't be one of those spammy people, because I will block you. But once in a while you can push it and say, we have a new podcast out. You guys should listen to it. And number 4 on my list then is, you have to expand on popular content. So now, the way this works is, you look at a topic that is trending, you look at something that, a lot of people like to hear more about, and you can use your podcast to expand on this. You can use tools like Google Analytics and Google Trends. You can use those type of tools to check on what's trending, what people are talking about. And then you make sure that once you know what those topics are, you can then use your podcast to expand on it. So when people go and search for that particular topic, your podcast will come up. You can also check on social media what's trending, check the search and explore page on Twitter and on Instagram, and you'll have an idea of what your audience is already talking about, and then you can just build on that. And of course, you need to make sure that it's something that you want to do, right? If your audience is talking about, the latest, relationship fail, and you don't want to talk about that, that's not in your niche, that's not even something you want to talk about, it's out of your niche, you don't have to pick that, but find something that is within your niche and then talk about that. The whole idea is that you are taking note of what your current audience is loving, and that, taking note of that and expanding on that in your podcast can take your podcast followership to another level. And here's another idea. You can actually also do a Q&A and let them tell you themselves. That's what social media is for. I want to take one more quick break. When I come back, I'm going to round up for you and I'll talk about my final point on how for you to build your own podcast audience. All right, we'll be right back.
See you tomorrow, Papa. I am happy and I know I'm free.
Now time for meeting. Any landlord when no show go pay fine.
Make I go call her.
House number 1.
Present.
Papa, they don't stop me too.
House number 5.
And they're angry that you're not here.
Just put me on the window there so that I can see them and I can hear them.
He's not around, so his house is sanctioned.
Present. I carry data for head, I carry them for back. Correct data when they pay me. Say I know they know me, say I know they see your landlord. Talk to me face to face.
Explore without limits. Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
Driver, fire ahead.
We're at number 5. It's a list. It's join communities, right? So whatever niche you're in, there's probably a community out there that already is based around it. So it's back to that same thing around networking. Join the community, find them online, find them in real life, get involved, meet other like-minded people. It's a great way to grow your audience and, find more networking opportunities from within that community that you want to be part of. To do it online, you can go to Facebook and just do a Google search on podcast communities on Facebook. And like I said earlier, we share a lot of these tips, digital tips on our newsletter and our email list. To be part of that, it's so easy. All you have to do is just check the description box below. The link is here. If you're watching this on TV, go to edigitalafrica.com, edigitalafrica.com. And you can sign up and we'll give you a free book. Yes, a free ebook. And that ebook is yours for free. All we need from you is your email address and you'll get to start building your own influence on Instagram. That's what the book is about. If you're not yet on MTN 4G, make sure you text 4G to 131 from your smartphone on your MTN SIM, and then you'll know if you can experience the fastest internet ever. That's it for the show today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Everything Digital TV. Hit us up on WhatsApp on 0813-888-0585. Check us out everywhere else. We're on radio, TV, IG, Twitter. All the details are in the description box below, or you can just check for yourself, eDigital Africa. Just look for eDigital Africa. Google us, and we'll be back next time with more digital finds for you. And until then, it's bye for now from me, your girl, Faith History.